Hi, Year 9. So in previous lessons in Python, well, first off, learned about how we can output things to the screen like this, where we can say hello or pretty much anything we want within those brackets. As long as it's in speech marks, we can put whatever we want there. We can even put jello, or we can spell something completely incorrect, but it doesn't really matter because whatever's within those speech marks is going to be output because that's just a string. And then in the previous lesson, we learned about how we can use variables to store some data. So let's say that we used a variable to store someone's name. Right, there we go. And we can then use that later on, can't we? Where we can say output the name there. Well, if that name were to then change within that variable, well, it changes the output there too. And we also learned last week that we can, well, join that with a string, like we can say hello to the person who is in that variable. We can say hello to Alex. So again, if that value were to change, there we go. We've got that value changing there. We can ask, well, we can store as much as we wanted, right? We could have people's favorite food been written down, or we could even have the city they grew up in. So where were they born or something like that? We can say they were born in, I don't know, Kathmandu. That'll do. And use all that information later on. So we could very, very simply just output each one of those variables just as they are. So again, just using that keyword print to output anything. And when we run it, it will output those things there. But it's not as good as the one before where we've added in some information, some string to it to go along with that data. So we can say something like your favorite food is, and then again concatenate that or join it using this plus symbol to the variable that's already there. So there you go, that second line is now changed on this side. Your favorite food is now pizza. And then here we could do a similar thing. You were born, sorry, do that again. You were born in, or you are from, just to do away with any kind of confusion. And there you go. Look at that. Hello, Emily. Your favorite food is pizza, and you are from Kathmandu. And that's all well and good, having these almost static bits of data within a variable identifier called name, favorite food, and born. And we can store that data there. But like I said, it is static. It's a little bit dry. Currently, whoever's using our programs can't really choose their own name, their own favorite food, or where they're from. So we need a way of asking the user for an input, and that's the keyword that we're going to learn about in today's lesson. There are two ways that we can do that. We can first off ask the user a question, so we can say something like, what is your name, just there. And instead of it saying just Emily, there where it says that value, instead of that, I'm going to change it to just say input. And I'm also going to open a bracket and close a bracket. That's just some Python syntax that we need to know about, but we're actually going to use those brackets in just a moment. But right now, when I run this bit of code, it will ask, what is your name? So when this line of code here, the first one is run, it will output the string, what is your name? But that second line of code, when that's run, well, you can see that I've written input, and Python there, look, is waiting for a user to input some data. So I could write in, well, a name there. I'll write in Vicky this time. Press enter, and now my variable name has changed to that value Vicky. Look, it's saying, hello, Vicky, your favorite food is pizza. You are from Kathmandu. But Vicky's favorite food isn't pizza. And she's not from Kathmandu. So we need to ask Vicky about those two things as well. Or ask the user, whoever that might be. There's a different way to ask a question too. We can use this technique that we've done there, where we've got on line 1 asking the question and on line 2 asking for an input and storing that in a variable. Or we could do all of that on one line by using this. Remember those brackets from earlier? Well, inside those brackets, I can ask a question like, what is your favorite food? Like that. And now when I run it, well, again, there could be a different user. So maybe this time it's Dinky that's using it. And Dinky's then going, well, my favorite food is chips. There you go. You'll now say, hello, Dinky, your favorite food is chips, and you are from Kathmandu. Well, Dinky's not from Kathmandu. So again, we need to ask Dinky where she's from. Now, you can use any one of these techniques, whether you're asking it all on one line like I've done on line 4, or I'm asking the question in the brackets using that input. So Python is waiting for the user to input some data, and whatever data they do input gets saved in a variable called favFood that will then get output there. Or we can use what we've done here. Either one, it doesn't really matter. I really like line number 4 because it keeps it all on one line and it makes it more efficient. So I'm going to write in that keyword input, ask the question inside of it, where were you born? There we go. And now all 3 of those questions are going to be asked, and Python is going to wait for 3 answers to be input from the user. Notice that on the left-hand side, I haven't added any of the actual data that I want. I haven't added any names, any types of food, any cities where people might have been born in, or towns or villages. The fact is that on the left-hand side is our program. It's our code. It's only on the right-hand side where we're actually testing our code, which is where we're pretending to be like the user. So at the moment, I'm pretending to be Vanessa, whose favorite food is trifle. I'm hoping that's how you spell it. And Vanessa's from, I don't know, Sydney. That'll do. So, hello, Vanessa. Your favorite food is trifle. You are from Sydney. And that's pretty much what we're going to be doing in this lesson. We're going to ask the user some questions, wait for their input, and whatever data they do input, we're going to store it and then use it afterwards. It's almost like a chatbot, isn't it? In actual fact, chatbots use exactly this to make their chats more personable. Makes it sound like they actually know who you are. But in actual fact, it's just them using variables, which they also do when they ask you further questions. So if the chatbot already knows your name, then why wouldn't it use it when it's asking you another question? So I could actually change that question. So let's say that my name's now Aisha. It will then ask, well, Aisha, what's your favorite food? Now all of a sudden, this chatbot seems more personable. It knows who I am. It talks to me like it's a human. In actual fact, it's just a robot that's storing that data in a variable somewhere. So Aisha's favorite food, we all know, is pasta. There we go. And Aisha's from Mumbai. There we go. And there we go. Hello, Aisha. Your favorite food is pasta. You are from Mumbai. But again, it wouldn't say your favorite food or you are from. It would say Aisha's favorite food is, and Aisha is from. Actual facts, we can use these variables whenever we want. As long as we've got something stored in them, we can use them afterwards. So on to Class Notebook to complete your tasks. It's all on 03 input. Good luck.